the real conference is the people meeting.
I love the fact that it is a global conversation.
It's also the biggest conference ever with over 3,300 delegates.
That if the people talking about science and technology are not in dialogue with those that are making it, what are we actually doing it for?
Many of the people who work in science and technology studies in STS, they work without close contact with a lot of colleagues because a lot of what we do is interdisciplinary studies. So therefore it's great for people to be able to come together with all the other colleagues that they have around the world and really engage in conversations and discussions and be a community. So to see all of us together is really great.
So we're in the Netherlands, which is a really good place to have these conversations. Because on the one hand, the Netherlands has a long tradition in scholarship in science and technology studies, a history of decades. At the same time, it also has a history of decades of working together the scholarship in science and technology studies and the societal challenges around science and technology development. And this is quite special and important because this is again what we're trying to achieve with this conference, to bring those strands of STS in conversation with each other and to focus on the flows of learning that are possible between them.
Making and doing is an opportunity to celebrate very kind of non-traditional academic work, and I think that's what makes it so special. You might be going and printing a t-shirt with a silk screen. You might see an art installation that gets you to think about the way in which AI black boxes something.
And so the opportunity that these projects give you to really think about something with your body, with your hands, with another person is incredibly special. Making and doing is just one part of the bigger EASST-4S conference. But it's important that the theme of the conference this year is itself making and doing transformations. Working with these alternative ways of knowing is actually the beating heart of STS.
This year's theme has been making and doing transformation. And this has been an important theme because it connects to the long histories of STS being a field that comes from science, technology, and society concerns. But you combine that with the empirically detailed work that this field has become so good at in a little bit more the strand of science and technology studies, to see how these can come together and what kind of flows of learning are possible between these slightly different enactments of the field. That's what this theme has been trying to do.
Elegies for Oil Spills is an interactive installation that uses open data about some of the world's biggest oil spills in the past 100 years and creates through this sort of process by touching a black box, quite literally, creates a receipt that generates on one hand a poem, an elegy, as well as an image from that poem, both made with AI computational system. What can computational art do for civic life and for civic advocacy?
The Bernal lecture really stood out to me this year, and this year's winners were Anne-Marie Moll and Jeff Bowker. A really different form of celebration happened later that same evening when we went to the Forest Festival. And I think that this was a really great opportunity to get out of the kind of conference rooms and those kind of formal conversations and have the chance to have more informal conversations and to really celebrate our community.
It's a privilege for us to have been able to provide that space for all those connections to happen, emerge, unexpectedly planned, all of it's going on right here, right now, and that's just wonderful.